Welcome back to The Seamless Life. Today I'm rebuilding this oil-soaked drill press table, adding a simple slide guide, and installing a switch so I can control the dust collector right from here. Let's get started. First, I'll rebuild the table. A fully wooden surface would quickly soak up cutting oil again, so this time I'm using a hybrid panel made by bonding an aluminum composite sheet to plywood. I'll bond the aluminum composite panel to the plywood using contact adhesive. For the flat surfaces, I use spray contact adhesive. The chips get pretty nasty. Cutting aluminum composite always makes a mess like this. This time, I decided to rebuild the drawer as well. To allow access to the underside of the table, I'll add a lid using drop hinges. The drill press isn't permanently fixed to the drawer, so it can be removed easily. It's only restrained from moving sideways. I painted the table matte black. Instead of regular spray paint, I used automotive spray paint to give it a bit more durability. Next, I'll make the base that supports the sacrificial insert in the center of the table. It's made from 2 layers of aluminum composite panel to get the right thickness, and to save time, I'm using CA glue with primer. Next, I'll install a switch to control the dust collector. It's just a standard momentary switch. The adjustable circle cutter blade was dull, so the cut came out pretty rough. Now for the wiring inside the dust collector. This is a Makita VC0840, and when the switch is pressed, these two blue wires are connected. So I'll cut this line and wire the new switch in parallel. To make it easier to move the dust collector, I used a 2-pin connector for the wiring. At this point, I decided to change the design. Originally, the switch was meant to be pressed by opening the front panel, but it turned out to be in a blind spot and very hard to reach. So I'm modifying it so the switch can be pressed without opening the front panel. That should work. Next, a small modification. This drill press tends to lose its alignment when the motor is raised and lowered, so I'm adding a guide at the back to keep it in line. I'll make it from some scrap materials. This is a drill-powered rivet tool I picked up recently. It's super handy. I grind off the anodized layer, then bond it with 3M panel bond. This joint needs to be strong, so I'm using a heavy-duty adhesive. There we go. Looks pretty mechanical. I like it. That works nicely. This should do the job. Now, I just need a hook here to hang the dust collector hose. The process is the same as the switch bracket earlier. I'm bending a 2mm aluminum plate using a small sheet metal brake, and to get a cleaner bend, I cut a shallow groove along the bend line with a miter saw. Finally, about this matte black paint. It scratches pretty easily, and it started to bother me. So after thinking about it for a while, I decided to switch to a 3M carbon pattern film that can be reapplied if needed.